So, moving to Israel, it's a huge dream, right? But let's be honest, figuring out the money stuff can feel like a total nightmare. Today, we're going to demystify the whole tax system for new immigrants, for Olim Shadashim, and give you a clear, simple guide so you can start off on the right foot financially from day one.
Making Aliyah is one of the most exciting things you'll ever do. But that excitement, it can come with a side of stress, especially when you think about finances. The good news? Israel has some absolutely incredible benefits just waiting for you. You just have to know the secret handshake to unlock them.
The best way to think about it is like this. Israel gives you this huge financial welcome package. It's genuinely generous. Our job, right now, is to walk you through the instruction manual, step by step, so you can open it up the right way and get every single benefit you're entitled to.
All right, let's get right into it. We're going to start with the absolute cornerstone, the main event of the financial benefits for new immigrants. This is the one you really need to understand.
For 10 full years after you make Aliyah, you are exempt from paying Israeli tax on almost all the income you make from outside of Israel. People call it the financial golden decade, and for good reason. It's an incredibly powerful opportunity to build a secure financial base as you start your new life.
And when I say most income, I mean it's incredibly broad. We're talking about passive stuff, like dividends from stocks or rent you collect on a property back home. It also covers capital gains. So if you sell off foreign stocks or real estate, that profit is covered. And this is the real game changer for so many people. It even covers your salary from a foreign company, even if you're doing the work from your new apartment in Tel Aviv. Yeah, you heard that right.
Okay, so that all sounds amazing, right? Almost too good to be true. And, well, this is where we have to get serious. This incredible opportunity comes with some really tricky parts. So let's talk about 3 dangerous myths that can cost you a fortune if you're not careful.
This is probably the biggest and most dangerous assumption people make. You land at Ben Gurion, you get your Ole certificate, and you think, great, all those financial perks are just going to happen, right? Unfortunately, it's not quite that simple.
The myth is that this whole thing is on autopilot. But the reality is, you have to be proactive. You have to be in the driver's seat. If you don't have a plan, you could easily miss out on benefits or, even worse, make some really expensive mistakes. The biggest trap here is something called dual residency. To get these benefits, you have to prove that your center of life has officially moved to Israel. That means formally cutting tax ties with your home country. Because if you don't, both countries might see you as a tax resident, and you could end up getting taxed twice on the exact same income. Nobody wants that.
All right, that brings us right to the second big myth. Now this one is a really subtle distinction, but trust me, getting it wrong can have huge financial consequences.
The reality is pretty straightforward. The exemption only applies to money you make outside of Israel. Any income you earn from an Israeli source, say you get a job at an Israeli company, that salary is taxable from day one, just like it is for any other citizen.
And for all you entrepreneurs out there, listen up, because this is a massive one. If you own a company in another country, but you're running it from your home office in Israel, the tax authorities here could decide it's an Israeli resident company. And if that happens, suddenly your company could owe Israeli corporate tax on all of its profits worldwide. This is a serious landmine you have to navigate with really careful, expert planning.
So, with all these complex rules, there's always that temptation to think, you know what, I'm a smart person, how hard can this be? I'll just figure it out on my own. Look, I'm going to be direct with you. This is not a do-it-yourself project. The tax laws are complicated, they're always changing, and some of the decisions you have to make in your first few months here are permanent. You can't undo them. The financial stakes are just way too high to go it alone. Need proof? Okay, here are 2 perfect examples. First, there's something called the adaptation year. It's a one-time choice, it's irreversible, and you have to make it within 90 days of arriving. If you get it wrong, it can have huge tax implications. Second, a major law is changing in 2026. Right now, you don't even have to report most foreign income, but that's ending. Soon you'll have to report everything. This is exactly why you need an expert who's on top of all these changes.
Okay, enough of the scary stuff. We've covered the pitfalls, so let's get back to the good news, because there's another huge savings opportunity I want to talk about. Buying property in Israel. The benefits here can be absolutely enormous.
When you buy a property here, you have to pay a purchase tax. It's called Mas Rechisha, but as an Ole, you get a massive discount. Just look at this. Under the new rules, down there on the bottom row, You pay zero tax on the first couple million shekels of your home's value. Now compare that to the standard rates up top. The savings are just huge.
So what does that look like in real money? With the right planning, we're talking about saving as much as 165,000 shekels on a single property purchase compared to what an ordinary buyer would pay. I mean, that's not just a discount. That's life-changing money right there.
And on top of that, there's also relief from national insurance, or bituch leumi. If you get here and you have little or no income, you're exempt from those payments, including your health insurance, for up to a year. It's designed to give you some critical breathing room while you get on your feet.
Okay, so you're probably asking, what do I need to do right now? Great question. Here is a simple 3-step action plan. And, spoiler alert, it starts before you even get on the plane.
Step 1, make a clean break. You need to formally tell the tax authorities in your home country that you're leaving for good. Step 2, get organized. Make a detailed list of all your money, all your assets, everything you have abroad. Get a clear picture. And step 3, this is the most important one, get expert advice before you move. Find a CPA in Israel who specializes in this stuff so you can build a strategy together to avoid all those pitfalls we just talked about.
And that last step is crucial because you really need a specialist. A firm like Dre & Dre, for example, they live and breathe this stuff. They work specifically with new immigrants, people who might be coming with significant capital, or even foreign companies, and they get the unique challenges. Plus, having a team that can build a plan with you in English, or French, or Hebrew, it's a total game changer.
So please remember this. Seeing a specialist CPA isn't just another expense on your list. It's an investment. It is one of the most critical investments you can possibly make to ensure your Aliyah is not just a dream come true, but a financially secure one from the very beginning. You're investing your dreams, your energy, your entire future into building a new life here in Israel. So the only question left is, are you taking the right steps to protect that investment?